Very good, very good. Well, here we go. Hopefully, actually getting underway here is going to be game number 1 in this set. Ultranumb versus Cheese Mode. And again, Ultranumb will be going into this having lost the last time they faced this team, but it is going to be a slightly different play style, a slightly different comp here coming out from Cheese Mode. Wait, we actually see Reaper here on Draza.
That's going to be Reaper and the Scrapper coming out from Raisin, and that I think Raisin is one for playing the Scrapper, but we saw him play it in a few of the qualifiers actually, and I was surprised at how effective it really was. Now, it's kind of considered a class that is maybe not great, or not considered to be good, but maybe we'll see that change. But actually, wow, never mind that. We're not going to discuss any of these classes because Adelante already getting obliterated by Floody and Fly. Coming, the grenades. Massive damage there. Perhaps not quite expecting that. Kran is a little bit pressured, though. Has to disengage there, but is able to get a massive heal back onto himself, and he should be okay. And now Draza is the one who is under pressure, going to be forced to back away as Fly rotates in, but actually gets caught by a fear coming up from Gornet, and Draza in a lot of trouble right now. He actually might go down there. That's going to be a great kill. Is Veb going to be able to get that revive? We do see he's going to try and go for the glyph maybe, but no, I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe he can get it, but no, he's not even going to go for using it by the looks of that, actually. Maybe relying on the Scrapper to go for the rest. Actually, the Scrapper ends up going down there as well. Fly now going to be able to cleave that out. Maybe the Earth Res actually comes out. The double rev in Earth revives both of them at range AoE, but is that really going to be enough? We do see a good restain there coming out onto the Reaper, but certainly a bit of a disaster for the first fight for Cheese Mode there, getting really thrown off what they were hoping that was going to go.
Yeah, and I think part of that is going to have the Connie Rev out of that fight instead of the Scrapper, in the beginning. Adelante getting killed there at point A by Floody and Fly. Instead of having the Connie Herald there in the team fight, I'm not really sure why they chose for that, but nonetheless, they're going to be able to slightly recover. However, Veb getting trained down at the moment by Ultranumb. Draws are going to be pretty low as well, heading towards the Skymer portal. It's not going to be up yet, though, so that is not going to be an avenue of escape for him. It does look like they're going to be able to escape with their lives for now. However, Cheese Mode definitely struggling to get some points on the map, and Draws actually dropping down is going to be aggressed on pretty heavily. He doesn't have a lot of health outside of the Shroud. Capablanca, Kran, Gornet all going for him. Vabrian and Adelante trying to peel for it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. We don't see the res glyph any longer from Vabrian either, and Draza might be a kill here. Gornet, with the Lich now coming out, is going to be trying to finish this kill, but they're just unable to lock this Reaper down for now, and he's actually kiting very efficiently. Side node's going to be picked up now for Blue Team, and that will begin to creep them ahead in this game.
And Draza does get caught. And they do, even though Cheese Mode do have the sides, I think once we see this fight start to get cleaned up a little bit, and we see Ultranumb disperse around the map, they should be able to regain control of it. But I think Cheese Mode certainly kind of pulled off some pretty sneaky rotations there quite effectively. We see Kazas able to get that decap on mid, and while they maintain control of point A and point C, they're going to, they're going to end up with a lead very, very soon here. Now the Skyhammer is going to be coming up pretty soon. That will allow the team that captures it to completely reset the map for their opponents, and that's something I think is definitely going to be highly relevant in this game. Both teams are going to be contesting that very, very hotly. But yeah, we already see Ultranumb start to get back in control here and try and reset their control over the map, controlling their close node and, of course, mid at the same time, with a few players still lurking around and looking to hold that. But we do see Cheese Mode, see Kazas looking to try and secure that, but into the condition rev, and he knows he really can't do too much. Fly and Gornet able to get Raisin, but Veb getting another res glyph, getting that revive glyph, connecting on there directly, resetting that Scrapper all the way back up to good health, and suddenly this has gone from a great fight for Ultranumb. It's now a pretty solid fight for Cheese Mode. Now Cheese Mode wasn't able to contest the hammer, and it does go completely for free towards Ultranumb, and that's certainly going to be a very, very good thing for them. It kind of forces them away from the point, giving Kran and Gornet a little bit of room to breathe. Gornet, though, maybe not having enough. He's going to fall down and just get dropped, but I think Kran will be able to go for the revive there. Is he going to be able to go for it? Looks like he wants to, and it might even port Gornet up. Yeah. Actually, the port didn't quite work, actually, there. He didn't. That is quite funny, but getting that revive is certainly a good thing. But actually...
but he gets CC in mid-air, and he's not able to get up to the platform. However, LaFleur, unfortunately, going to go down before that happens. He is going to be able to get revived very quickly. Water overload now coming out from Kran. It's not going to be enough to keep going it up. Draza very low himself, but the Shroud and the Cleave now coming out from the Reaper. There's a Shadow Refuge on top of that, but Kran going to be able to stay on the res. He's very low. The CC going to be knocking them around as well. There's the Tornado from Kran himself, but Fly might be just about to go down. Capablanca still on top of this rev, but Raisin and Veb going for the Cleave. The Blitz coming out now from Draza is going to be enough to get those kills, and Kran is going to be forced to flee for his life, and the team fight going completely the way of Cheese Mode. Fly getting picked up at mid as well by Kazers, and so far we've seen a little bit of back and forth, but Cheese Mode definitely playing this map a little bit better, I'd say. Kran going to be picked up as well. Draws it with the spin on top of him, and that's going to be the entire team minus the Hollow killed on the map.
Wow, that was an absolute catastrophe for Ultranumb. So many kills from Cheese Mode, and getting a full team wipe is absolutely insane. Only Floody left standing, and he's probably going to get forced away. This is almost certainly going to end up with a 3 cap for Cheese Mode right now. Like, that was quite the turnaround there. And I think that it really goes to show you that if you go for if you try and greed for a res, or you greed for a kill too hard, you can get punished so extremely hard in a match of Guild Wars 2 PvP, right? You know, Ultranumb was so intent on getting that revive onto Gornet, they weren't watching their health bars maybe quite closely enough. And that Reaper, man, like, Reaper is one of those specializations you don't really see play particularly often in competitive PvP, but oh boy, if you are not paying attention, it will punish you, okay, with that massive cleave.
You know what other team plays almost this exact combo?
I mean, what is it?
Rank 55.
That's exactly right. Rank 55
Reaper
dragons.
with power, dagger pistol thief there is exactly what rank 55 are playing. And I just, you know, I'm wondering if Cheese Mode has maybe decided to copy them. And it so far looks like they're doing it pretty well. At the moment, I would be interested to see Floody getting into this, evolving this map a little bit more. We see Capablanca actually going for the 1v1 against Raisin. It is effective. But we haven't really seen Floody too involved in a lot of these fights, and I really would like to see that happen. We do see him getting in here now, obviously, with that grenade pressure, with the ability to help on reses, with the Elixir X as well for a lot of utility and CC in fights. And, you know, I would like to see if that changes the fights at all, if that changes the pace of the fights at all. But again, it could just be that the damage from the Reaper, from the DP Thief, is just a little bit too much. The other thing as well is I think Kazers is playing very, very well. And I mentioned this last week when we saw these teams play and when we just saw Cheese Mode play as well. Kazers honestly has started to impress me a lot on his Thief. I think he's been outplaying Fly. And I think in a lot of the games that we see these two teams face each other in, and I think currently he's doing so as well on this map.
Well, yeah, and he is a very, very strong Condy Thief, kind of one of the original instigators of the build, I believe, actually. So that is certainly what he's known for. And Ultranumb now controlling the map a little bit better. They have been able to recapture the side nodes temporarily, but Cheese Mode are wasting absolutely no time, and they're looking to push for a kill. Already going to force Floody to pop Elixir S, and I think that you certainly are right that Floody wants to get in these team fights. We see him running the Grenadier build, right, like with the grenades, and that's certainly designed as a very team fight oriented build, right? You can kind of take these duels and hold on, but also you do sacrifice a little bit of durability and in exchange for additional damage. And wow, look at that. Did you see that? I didn't even have time to finish my thought. He was dead in an instant there, right? That was insane.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to be very squishy on this Berserker Amulet, but the damage from Cheese Mode just absolutely obliterating him. We see Capablanca almost getting... Oh, he actually does get the res there on mid, so that will be the double node now picked up here for Ultranumb. And if they can fight into mid, that will be beneficial for them. Floody coming back and off of respawn already. Cran needs to get here, though. He's a little bit behind. And this could dislodge Ultranumb from the node. Drowsy will be out of Shroud, but Floody already going to be a little bit of pressure. Cran going to be able to blink in and heal everyone up. Air overload going down onto the node, but I think this team fight's going to be very important. So much damage on Adraza, though, from the grenade spam there from Floody. He's going to be very low, forced into the Shroud very early on. He's not going to have much after that. He's going to be on top of it, but I don't know if he's going to be able to sustain for much longer. No, he's not. He's going to go right back down. CC coming out as well. Might be able to prevent Brian from getting a glyph off. However, he does still have it. Looks like Tornado's ripping him apart, though. But no, that's going to be the kill picked up for Ultranumb. And again, that's exactly what we needed to see. A kill very quickly secured there from Ultranumb. You like to see it fly as well, potentially going for a decap at far, but it's not going to happen. And Point C does go the way of Cheese Mode. Still, the team fight, and now maybe the map will be one for Ultranumb.
Look what Cheese Mode was able to do there, though. And I think that's really important to see what actually happened, is that even though they lost the fight, they immediately recognized it and pushed out on the map. Right? They only lose one player, and they actually found themselves the double cap. So you kind of left asking the question, what did Cheese Mode get out of this? Right? Like, what did Ultranumb get out of that kill? They weren't really able to get too much done on the map because of that.
No. And we will see at the moment Jiraza in a 1v1, which I don't really think is good for him here against Akandi Revo Capablanca. At the same time that we see the Skyhammer coming up, and Fly actually not going to go for it. He actually just leaves. He's going to go for the plus instead. I really don't like this plus from Fly. I think going to Skyhammer would have made a lot more sense, as we now see Adelante going into it, and he might be able to get it for free. He really wants to get that kill on Draza, but Draza wasn't really doing anything. He was on an enemy node. He was in a 1v1 he wasn't going to win. I would have liked to see Fly get into a team fight maybe and help plus it, as we now see Floody going down in this team fight, or potentially going for that hammer. But Skyhammer now going to be picked up for free by Cheese Mode, and that's a bit of a misplay there, definitely from Ultranumb. And that's going to be the kill on Floody as well, picked up by the Skyhammer. No potential for a res there, even though Cran does have the glyph available. And that's definitely Cheese Mode, as you said, just out-rotating Ultranumb at the moment after losing a player.
And we see Cran kiting away because of that Slightly misplaced death there, unfortunately, for Ultranumb there. And with that hammer, too, that's kind of... It removes a little bit of comeback potential for Numb here. And Numb certainly falling quite significantly far behind in this game. Only 5 minutes left on the clock. We're looking at a 2-minute and 30-second win for the blue team right now. Now, Brian is a little bit pressured. He's able to jump away a little bit, and he should be able to survive. They're getting up to a good kite spot, but we need to see Numb take a fight right now. They've got to win a fight quickly, otherwise they're going to find themselves one map down in this best of 3 right now. They need to get something done. They're looking to capture point C. If they get that, that is enough to bring them back into the game. Of course, the game is really, really close still. Only about 60 points in its front. There is the cap. That is nice. But Ultram's got to hold on to that and not lose any players. They've got to keep these fights going. Draza a little bit out of position here, potentially. Fly might be able to pick him off.
He's going to be able to get port back up towards mid, but that's going to go straight into Capablanca. Floody as well with the grenade spam, and Draza almost certainly will be going out. He's almost down, actually, from the condition pressure, but he will be able to get back into Shroud. Still Floody looking for the kill. We do see the rest of Cheese Mode, Raisin, and O'Brien going in to try to peel for him, and I believe that means that, they will be able to get him out, but that's very important because now it allows Ultranumb to push into far. They're not going to be able to contest mid right now, although Kazers will probably look for a decap there shortly. We see him doing that exact thing right now. Fly should get there in time to stop it, so finally going to be able to rotate there. But definitely good job there from Ultranumb, and they're actually going to be able to continue the pressure up on Draza. He's going to go down. Brian will be looking for a glyph, but it's going to get interrupted at the last second. He's not going to be able to do it. Again, the tornado from Cram is going to be good there.
He gets it.
But he does get the glyph nonetheless. Still, follow-up damage is going to be good. Draza very low, doesn't have a lot of Shroud left, and he should be going back down. Again, the grenade spam there from Floody is going to be good. He is going down. The misform now, res from Brian is going to be locked in.
Get it!
Going to get the res as well. And Draza back up on his feet for the second time in a row, but looking like Ultranumb should be able to win this node.
And I think they really want to play for the decap here. They want to make sure that node is neutral, but they're not going to be able to quite get it. The Reaper able to get back onto the point and apply a lot of AoE pressure there to hold on to that and make sure that that is still in the possession of the blue team. And now we also see Raisin pressuring. He's in 1v2 over there on point C, but I think this fight on point A is absolutely the focal point here of this situation. Now, Raisin does get eliminated there, and that will allow Gornet to get the full cap on point C, but Kazas does actually manage to neutralize point B on top of that. So, Cheese Mode, they're really kind of crawling to victory here, Roy. It's going to be tough. This will be a massive hammer, though. Could they just... Is Fly going to get that for free? He might get the hammer for free. That's going to neutralize point A. And that means that Floody and Capablanca can probably at least troll point A for a little while and hold that neutral while they actually get back into the game because of their capture on point C. That's huge.
Actually, in downstate miss for him. He's going to go down to the node, meaning they have to cleave him out, so he's not going to be able to be bled as long as he was up top. And they do neutralize the map completely. We're going to see point C picked up for red team, as you said. A very good hammer. Raisin as well going to be staggered to the map, but I don't know if that was completely worth it. Fly getting the hammer definitely going to be good, but they lose the team fight. They lose their ability to continue to contest not only point A, but potentially point B as well, because it was only Fly available there. Raisin coming in off of respawn before Cran does. And they are going to be able to get map pressure back. It looks like now they're fighting for side nodes. It looks like Ultranumb rather going to be trying to get point A, Capablanca on the node, and they probably will get that. But I don't know if it's enough. They might not be able to win off of 2 nodes if Ultranumb, or rather Cheese Mode, can get either a decap or kills.
Blue team certainly ahead right now. You can see that. And are they going to be able to force this node? I mean, they actually are outnumbered right now, I believe. No, it is actually an even fight. Currently, Kaz is looking for a decap there onto Gornet. No, not going to get that by any stretch of the imagination, but Numb need to force this node very, very quickly. They are out of time right now. They are very much running out of time. Cheese Mode, very, very far ahead in this game. When it comes to the timer anyway, like they can't afford to waste any more time there. They do get the kill on Draza, and if they do get the 2-cap, I think it should be enough to win them the game, but Kazas and Adelanti should be able to stall this for a good amount of time. It is, of course, a 2v4, so it's getting pretty goddamn scary, but we're kind of getting to the stage in the game where a 2-cap is simply not going to actually be enough for Ultranumb to come back in this. I think we are going to see Cheese Mode just barely be able to get away, especially with Kazas actually getting a kill on Fly, and now with Draza coming back from respawn to contest that node.
Yeah, and I think that you can tell how much impact Kazas has in this game. Gornet's so very scared to leave that node. He's holding that down. He's really worried that if they allow Kazas to get that decap, it'll completely spell doom for them. And it just, honestly, I think Cheese Mode, again, we do see in the end, obviously, Ultranumb able to win a couple more fights, getting Floody in those fights, see that grenade spam really absolutely obliterating players. And we actually have Raisin going down here. This could be the decap on mid, and that could potentially start to allow them to come back into this game and maybe still hold on to it. Fly, though, very low. It's going to be close. There's still 20 seconds left in the match. There's about a 20-point difference. If the decap comes out in time, they might be able to find a way back into the game. 15 seconds. They can't lose kills now at this point. They will win off of one note as long as they can continue to...
It's fit. No, one note isn't good enough.
Oh, you're right.
It's 10 seconds left, dude. It's over. It is over, man.
Drops is so low.
They need more than that.
No.
They need a lot more than that.
Oh,
I don't think there's anything. The kill is nice, but the game is nicer for Cheese Mode. Cheese Mode take the first game there, opened up with just 8 or 9 points, or 8 points, 9 points in it. Oh my goodness, mathematics
it's
really
either
is
8
difficult.
or 9, you are right.
It's 9. 9 points in it, and wow, what an intense match there. Ultranumb not quite able to get back into that game there after they kind of got even after a good start, like one-shotting Adelante at the start of that map was really good for them. They were able to get away with that, but ooh, wow, what a match right there.
The big thing here was that they allowed casters, I think, to get a little bit too much value in the map. And they also did not get enough value, as you mentioned before, out of the kills until later on in the game when they started getting those team fights wiped up a little bit harder. But again, they also just struggled a little bit, I think, to win some fights themselves that maybe they shouldn't have had. And again, part of that, I think, was just having Floody not in those team fights early on enough. But yeah, a very close game coming down, obviously, to timer, the max duration of the game. And I mean, yeah, it's very impressive from both teams, but I would like to see Ultranumb able to tighten up those rotations a little bit. And this is the map that they picked. Definitely interesting to see. So we'll have to see what happens with these team fights, but I think mostly this map is going to come down to the team fights. It's not as rotationally based as another map like Skyhammer is. So whoever's winning these team fights, whoever can get value out of these kills and potentially snowball and continue to stagger the enemy team, I think will win. But that's neither here nor there. Second game coming out in this match. In this best of 3, Cheese Mode is up 1-0, looking to close it out right now. No swaps on either side, it doesn't appear. Floody actually aggressing very heavily onto blue team, allowing his team to maybe get some cap up on the middle. He's got to be careful, though, because that's going to be his Elixir S already procced out, and he's at half health.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he is able to wriggle away, but does quite burn a lot of his cooldowns there, and didn't really get too much for that. Kind of trades both of his Elixirs for kind of slightly delaying Cheese Mode and getting to the point, and they immediately actually forced the issue. Cheese Mode playing very aggressively into these team fights. They obviously feel confident here, I think, Roy, taking these fights, even though Ultranumb are a team that you would certainly expect to be very, very formidable in these kind of 4v4 situations. Cheese Mode just feeling confident, I think. They're feeling good. They won that last game. It was a little close, obviously, but, it's very obvious by their playstyle that they want to go hard. They want to win. They want to take this game fast. Already collapsing onto Gornet, their tornado coming out from Brian, being very, very annoying for him. He's able to wriggle away and get his heal skill. However, he is kind of burning through a lot of his defensive abilities. Their Cran coming in to assist him and keep him alive. And certainly, we already see... Actually, we do see a kill on
Drazik is one shot.
Yeah.
Going to go down, Adelante on top of that res. I don't think Brian's going to be able to get to the res either.
Oh, no. Does he have the glyph available? He actually does, but I don't think he's going to go for that. But wait, the res. Oh, the res from Razor nearly happened, but yeah, but the stomp came through at just the right moment. The function giant not going to be quite good enough there, and Draza maybe caught there. The Necromancer from the red team able to survive, and in a lot of these team fights, Roy, is like who can kill one player first, particularly if it's something like a Necromancer. If you're able to kill the Necromancer of the enemy team, you are in a great spot in that fight, and we certainly see that reflected in the middle node status. But on the other hand, once again, Roy, look what happened to the map. Cheese Mode certainly rotating effectively here, right? They didn't actually kind of miss a beat too badly there. Even though they had a bit of a rough time in that fight, they're able to immediately force the side nodes here with the windmill and the mansion both falling to Cheese Mode.
And Floody, again, going to be pressured very hard. He actually might go down, for Brian has him locked into a corner with Tornado after his Elixir S has already been procced. He's very low. Rampage just getting him out. Cran as well. You have a peel for him, but off of respawn is going to be Draza looking for the kill. Knockdown comes out there, I believe, from Cran, and that's going to be able to peel well enough to get Floody out here. But again, yeah, side nodes you on the way of Cheese Mode after that lost fight. And definitely able to just rotate a little bit faster, respond to that death a little bit faster and a little bit cleaner as well. Raisin now being very aggressive. He's going to head towards through mid, actually. Almost going down. So wait, he might go down here. This is I'm not really sure where Raisin thought he was going, but Ultranumb will take the free kill, and they'll be thankful for it. So that's going to be an easy 5 versus 4 in the map now for a couple of seconds here on Ultranumb's favor. They will get the decap very quickly, and Fly probably going for the full cap as well at Windmill. That'll be the map in their favor, and honestly, the double node, I think, is definitely where they want to be. However, they have to be careful. They're Floody, again, going to be forced into the Elixir S here on the mid. He's going to have to be careful he doesn't get taken out. For Brian, a little bit low, getting knocked around. A lot of CC on top of this Tempest, who does still have the glyph available. Mistform going to be forced out. It looks like, at the moment, Ultranumb going to be able to hold down mid.
That's going to put them certainly in the lead momentum-wise on the map. And the decap actually denied by Fly, forcing Kaz's away there. And now with Adelanti falling, oh, now that is where the snowball really starts to come through. We see Raisin now just coming off respawn, but this is very much that stagger effect that you always want to be terrified about in Conquest, right? Like getting a kill, rather getting a death, and then just as the other player comes back, getting another death. Essentially leaving it as a 4v5 for an even more extended period. That's exactly what we saw happen there right now with Adelanti falling almost exactly as Raisin returns to the fray. So Cheesemo's going to have to play very defensively until they have their full roster, which they do, but he is actually not in the fight right now, so they certainly have to be careful for a little while.
Yeah, we actually see Draza burning the Lich here. Maybe a little bit early. He is going to force Ultranumb away from Mansion, and that will allow them to potentially put some pressure on Clock Tower. But Fly is maybe going to get a decap. Can he stop Draza from getting there in time? He can't, but he does pull 2 players away, and this is where we should see Ultranumb looking for a kill on Raisin. I mean, Raisin is completely isolated.
He's 1v3. This guy's crazy, dude. Like, what Raisin is like...
But he's going to die again. Once again, he just runs into the node alone. He doesn't have Elixir S. He's going to go down, Fly porting back in, and that's the Scrapper dead. Vibrian has looked available, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it in time. No, he doesn't. And again, we see the 4v5 now.
He used it too.
Comes out a window,
he burned it.
Oh, and Vibrian now maybe... And this is where we should see Ultranumb push. They should go towards Mansion. They should look for more kills. They should find follow-up here because... Unfortunately, they are locked into capping their windmill, but what is Raisin doing?
I'm just not sure. What was he trying to do there? I mean,
the second time in a row, he's basically inting at this point.
I'm not really sure what the plan was there, but that is certainly maybe not the most advantageous play. Kazas does get caught there. Raisin and Draza are able to get that revive. I mean, if you think about it, that's a lot of res power there with the Bloodwell and the Necromancer generating additional revive speed, and also the Scrapper having that innate little gyro robot res machine to help out with that. And the Treb actually does come out there. The Trebuchet is being used by Kazas, but I mean, I think Ultranumb is just... They are really in a great spot right now. Floody might end up going down, but Kran is available and should be able to get that glyph, I think. Oh, he goes for it. No, he didn't get it. The Tornado actually denies it. And that is going to be not only a burnt glyph, but also an excellent kill for Cheesemo. But they're about to get 3-capped right now. They are now 3-capped. And Ultram is going to be getting very, very far ahead in this game very, very quickly.
Yeah, and we should see at least one node given away here now. There's the windmill decap. Kaiser's not going to go for the full cap, though. He wants to get back involved in this fight. And this is where Cheesemo should definitely look, again, to find a follow-up kill. They got Floody out, and that's a big chunk of the damage. In fact, all of the burst, really, that we see here from Ultranumb. Nice knockback there from Capablanca, though. They're still holding on to this node outnumbered on the map. We will see the decap coming out, though, at Mansion. So, Cheesemo doing a nice job. I think they're working on trying to get the map back in their favor instead of snowballing the fight. However, at the moment, it does look like Ultranumb might be fighting the fight one for them. A really nice pull as Draza and Vibrian are both going to be very low. Draza will go down. Raisin actually might go down himself. Vibrian's still getting pressured. He has the glyph, but he's not going to have it for long as he's going to go back into downstate. The res comes out onto Draza, but their Tempest support is going to be down for the count, and the cleave should be good. They're Adelante. On top of that, he might be able to go for a res, but I don't think it's going to happen, and that should be the cleave picked up on the Tempest.
No, that's going to be a big kill there. Kran going for the stomp just to guarantee that, and also to mean that they can rotate away from that node quicker. And Draza also not in the best of states right now. It actually is going to bleed out to Colonies before he can get to his shroud or any kind of cleanse there. He might be resible here. I think Raisin might go for a bit of a cheeky situation there. He might get it. It's going to be difficult, though, with Gornet. That's not going to be a done deal. And yeah, with Floody, with the cleave, it's going to be too much. And that is going to be yet another kill for Ultranumb so far in this game. And they are certainly controlling the pace and looking to make sure this goes to a third map.
I really don't understand. Floody actually very low. Kazers might be able to take him out. They should rally him very easily. Cram there as well. It shouldn't really be too much of an issue there. Actually, no. We do see Racing going for the res.
Oh, no.
Kazers going for the Shadow Step, but the Shadow Refuge by Fly is going to be able to prevent that, and he does port anyways. Draza will rally him nonetheless. Kazers now in a pretty bad position. He might go down here. He is in stealth, though, and Raisin there to peel for him. But, that's a little worrying to me. Floody dying there, and how close that came to Kazers rallying him is definitely not what Ultranumb want to be doing. They are ahead by quite a bit. It wouldn't have lost in the match by any means, but it definitely would have allowed Cheesemo to get back into the game for pretty much no reason at all. But, again, that going back to that last fight when we saw Cheesemo, they got the decap on both side nodes and then the full cap on Mansion, but then losing the Clock Tower fight, I would have preferred a lot to have seen them go for Snowball. I would have preferred to see them get a third kill while they have that map advantage. Capablanca overextending a little bit at Mansion. He's going to be taken out easily by 4 players. But, we didn't see that happen, and they gave away the map advantage very, very quickly, and they were able to get pretty much zero value out of it, because a decap and a cap is nice, but when you're 200 points almost at this point behind, it doesn't really matter that much. And being able to snowball the entire map, killing several players, forcing Ultranumb to either fully regroup or get staggered and then taking back the whole map is what will allow them to get back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would have.
We need to see them start to play very, very carefully. They are still a player down. Getting that decap, getting the neutralization on the clock tower, I think is really good for Cheesemo. It's going to slow that game down. It's getting to the point where they're nearly half the points of their opponents, so they do have to be super, super careful about that. They really can't afford to make any more mistakes. I think one more wipe, one more stagger, that's essentially going to be GG for Cheesemo. They won't be able to come back from another mistake like that, another mishap. And really, they need to win this fight quite decisively and then push on to the third node as well. And that might not happen because we already see Kaz as getting eliminated there by Fly. And I think Varian might get the glyph. He does get it, but he actually sacrifices a huge amount of his health pool for that. And that might be very difficult for him to recover. Kaz might be able to get that decap. That's going to be fantastic if he's able to get it. But if they lose their tempers, that might just be one death too many for Cheesemo. And he does go down. Maybe Raisin. Oh, wait, the rally just come through, though, actually. I think, did he self-glyph himself there? I think he actually
must have fire glyphed
yeah.
Kazers, and he's able to still get it back up, so that's obviously very, very beneficial for him. But the decap coming out here as well from Kazers over at the windmill, going to be nice for Cheesemo. They have stalled the map for now. There's still 5.5 minutes left in the game. There's definitely enough time for them to come back, but they need to get kills. They need to win this team fight. They need to start doing it a little bit quicker. They've got to wrap things up, about 160 points behind. They don't have time to spare really here. Fly going down will be self-resed, or well, rather hard-resed there by Ultranumb. They're going to be able to put back into mid and start looking for a fight for Brian. Very low on cooldown. Doesn't have the glyph available. Really nice pull from Adelante there to be able to get some pressure off of his Tempest, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Draza as well going for the peel. Floody and Fly trying to find that Tempest kill. So far, no one able to get a kill or a cap in the last couple of moments. Fly realizing this does start to leave, but no, he's actually... Adelante will be able to stop him from being able to get over towards Mansion. And again, we're kind of stalemated. However, Capablanca will get the cap on Clock Tower, and that will put Ultranumb back into a favorable position on the map.
It will indeed, and even if they find themselves in a bit of a bad situation, right, time is on their side, right? That's, as you can kind of see, reflected by that laser beam bar up in the top of the screen there, right? Like, no, time is a very powerful force in Guild Wars 2 Conquest, particularly in the current meta, right? We often see quite a lot of games go to timer, which is just absolutely fantastic for our tournament production. It really is, right? You know, I love it. I love timer games. In fact, you know what? I hope every single game is a timer game in the rest of the year.
And it's all 3 matches, too.
All 3 matches,
I hope we don't
too.
see a single match finish.
Oh, yeah. I want to make sure it all goes 15 minutes every single time. That's what we want to see here. But yeah, this one, as you say, certainly looking to go towards Ultranumb, especially with Draza. With Draza's death, I mean, that's probably going to pretty much close the game out. We should see Gornet be able to lock down that cap there on the windmill fairly shortly. Like, he might have a little bit of difficulty into the scrapper temporarily, but with Fly there, in addition to Capablanca, that should be a second node secured for Ultranumb, and that will end the game. Yeah, Raisin ends up falling. Cran holding down mid quite effectively now with Gornet looking to assist him. Meanwhile, Floody able to push all the way over to the other side of the map, get the decap on the Mansion. Draza is respawning into that, but that is going to be GG, essentially. Ultranumb going to bring this series back in a pretty commanding performance here on Kylo. But they are, once again, going to have to face Cheesemo on another map of Cheesemo's choosing. I do.
Yes, indeed. And is Angels here? I don't know if he's here.
Angels, unfortunately, is not here on this. He is not here on this scene, unfortunately.
Oh, all right.
So we can't summon him. But I'll tell you what we can do. We can go back to the caster screen to get a little bit of analysis from Angels after this game, and we can talk about the next match with some of these compositions, some of the things that we've seen, so we can get some input from everybody's favorite Twitch-partnered engineer streamer in just a few moments.
Wow, that was a little...
Yeah.
I don't know if you really need to go there. I mean, just because Angels doesn't leech off of other streamers and buy view bots.
Yeah. Whoa.
To bump his numbers up. Also, we didn't see it. We didn't see Sopatraza did leave for a second, but he's still going to be playing Reaper. I really want to touch upon Raisin again, and obviously a skilled player, but I just have not been impressed by he just hasn't really gotten a lot of value, and I think we saw that a little bit harder last match where there was more of an obvious stagger whenever he went down. But I think in Skyhammer, he really didn't have much value either. He lost pretty much every 1v1 that I saw, and while it didn't impact the map too much, the rest of his team was able to rotate to support him. It just wasn't an impressive performance, so I am interested to see how he does this game. Either way, though, we are going to see the aggression coming out now here from Ultranumb, pushing on towards the Henge. They will set Floody over there to contest that, and actually, he might be in some trouble as we do see Cheesemo turn and they may be looking for a kill on the Hallsmith from Ultranumb.
And we see that very aggressive push from Numb actually trying to cross the map and delay Cheese Mode from reaching mid. Floody in a little trouble there. He's already popped Elixir as Cran is going to have to support him almost immediately. Otherwise, we're going to see a lot of troubles coming from him. He does end up going downside there immediately. Floody caught out of position. Should get glyphed up there, though, by Cran. Though, actually denied, interrupted there from Kaz's. Great interrupt coming out from Kaz's, denying that. But the res, maybe the hand res comes through. Yes, Floody is now back up. The Lich counter pressure is simply too much coming out from Gornet. But Cheese Mode, they want to get him. They do get him. But look, great precast on the glyph there from Cran. Lovely play. Instantly rezzing up Floody, and they actually return the kill, eliminating Draza, and they're looking to take out Kaz's. Yes, Fly hunts him down and eliminates him.
Yeah, definitely really nice team fight there for Ultranumb. Cran just showing why he is in fact known in the GVG circles as a flawless player. Never misses a glyph, actually. He's literally never missed one.
That's true.
And, excellent job there from Ultranumb to get that early team fight out. And that's what they've been looking for in the last couple of games, and they've really locked it down. I think on Kylo had a little bit of trouble with it on Skyhammer, but Raisin, I don't know about this rotation. He's pushing into mid when his team is staggered, and he's already low. This could be a very easy kill for Ultranumb. He does get some pressure out, and that's actually going to force the Elixir S there from Floody. Fly also going to be a little bit low with Thunderclap coming out now from Raisin, but he's going to be able to heal up and start to peel away in stealth. Now they're looking for return damage as Draza comes back into the node, but the decap actually is going to be prevented here from Gornet staying on top of that node. And right now, Ultranumb having some trouble locking down a target. In fact, the pressure is looking pretty good here from Cheese Mode onto Cran. He's going to be forced to kite away. However, we do see the counter tornado coming out now from Floody. He's going to be able to help peel for his team. Draza now going to be very, very low. I don't know if there's a glyph available. No, it's not going to be able to. That will be a hard res forced out, or the stomp coming out first there from Ultranumb, and that's going to be yet another team fight won here for Ultranumb.
Yeah, that was a very, very juicy kill. Like, being able to eliminate that Reaper consistently has been something that we've seen Ultranumb be good at doing, right? They are picking that target, and they are holding W and training it down. Floody does get caught here a little bit, but getting glyphed by Cran once again. We can certainly see that Ultra maybe getting a little bit of better value out of their Tempest, seeing a lot of very good glyph reses throughout this game so far here on Forest. Now, Cheeseman able to actually neutralize the map, so they have slowed the game down very significantly, but Ultranumb certainly looking very, very strong here, picking up 2 of those kills very, very early on and looking like they have the momentum, they have the ability to win these fights effectively. But with Fly going down, that could be a bit of a thorn in the side, a bit of a disadvantage for Ultranumb there. And yeah, that is going to be a kill then. Cheese Mode, so if they can get anything out of that, are they going to be able to generate any momentum from that kill?
You know, you touched upon this a little bit. Cheese Mode definitely able to control the map just a little bit better here. And I got to be honest, I'm very surprised. Ultranumb got almost nothing out of that kill on Draws over at mid. And they just got very slowed down there by Cheese Mode. Cheese Mode did a really good job of kind of kiting, but not completely disengaging. They were able to troll a little bit. They got the reverse downstate on the Floody again, which just slowed Ultranumb down a little bit. And, you know, I think this is a little bit what we saw in Skyhammer, where Ultranumb having a lot of trouble getting value out of kills here. And they definitely need to secure these kills and then to the nodes a little bit harder. And we don't see it happening. Right now, we're going to see Cheese Mode pick up both the middle node and the henge. Draza coming out with the Lich here. Brian a little bit low, but the Lich going to be able to pressure Floody into the Elixir S Thunderclap on top of that as well. And he's going to be forced to use some cooldowns. And I think focusing out this Holosmith is definitely something that Cheese Mode probably are trying to do a little bit harder now. And they've realized how much damage you can put in, but Draza now actually getting locked down away from the rest of his team. But Brian's there at Adelante as well to try and peel for him. But Floody currently is going to be the one in danger. Cran coming in with the Tornado, trying to peel for his Holosmith. We do see Ultranumb a little bit split up, but Cheese Mode looking a lot more secure in this team fight so far. But the fear now coming out onto Draza. They might be able to turn it back onto him. He's probably going to go down here. Lich coming out from Gornet. He is going to go down state, but a really nice glyph there casted by Brian is going to grab him right back up, and the health bar is not looking so good for Ultranumb. Floody going to get locked down. There's the Thunderclap coming out from Raisin. The Fear Ring as well going to be getting him into the wall. He might be able to stay alive for a little bit longer, but unfortunately Ultranumb need to find a kill. Looking like it might be Draza. He's going to be going very low over towards the node. He probably will drop here.
Yeah, and what we saw there was that going for that glyph, but Brian, he ended up getting incredibly hard pressured, and he had to kind of disengage from that fight, and that isolated him away from his team. And without the support from the Tempest, Cheese Mode kind of just imploded there. Now, of course, one thing we also see, just massive value coming out from Kaz's yet again, and he's not going to be able to get the full cut there. He's going to have to back off almost immediately, but certainly keeping his team in the game, even though these fights are really not going very well for Cheese Mode so far. It's not looking good whatsoever in terms of actually winning the fights. They're able to at least stall out the map so they can have another go, and we definitely need to see like maybe you know, really picking a target and hard focusing it down for cheese mode. But Floody, I think kiting very effectively, and great support coming out from Kran, maintaining his life. At least in some of these team fights, allowing Ultranumb to come out ahead. And I think a big difference that we do see here is absolutely that the Hollowsmith over the Scrapper. I think Ultranumb is generating a huge amount of value from having Floody in there. Like, he is a bit of a soft target, right? Like, you can see that he is getting pressured very, very hard in every single fight, but I think that he's generating so much DPS with those grenades and with those Hollowsmith laser beam attacks that he is providing a lot of value for Numb in these fights, where the Scrapper is maybe not so much.
Well, I think part of it too is there's burst, right? And we actually, I think a big reason for rank 55 playing the Reaper in that Power Thief over what a lot of other teams play with the Core Necro and the Condy Thief is, you know, they're looking for burst damage. They're looking for a more aggressive playstyle that can burst players down. They can out-pressure them with that straight power cleave, and it works very effectively. But I think the main issue is that rank 55 also plays the same build that Floody's playing here with this Grenadier hollow spam, and it works very effectively at bursting targets down, and the burst just cannot be matched by cheese mode. We see Draza now going down, really nice CC on top of that as well. For Brian, probably not going to be able to go for the glyph. The stomp is going to come out, and there's a lot of pressure coming out into these cheese mode players. Ultranumb may be looking for follow-up kill, but it doesn't even matter because they've still secured the double nut over. Kazers will be able to go for the decap over at Mine. Fly going to match that, though, very, very nicely with the decap at Henge. So the map's still going to be well in favor for Ultranumb here. And again, they're just able to find these kills, get these kills bursted down and finished well before cheese mode can do it. And they've done so consistently the last two maps.
Yeah, they absolutely have. You know, they're able to get those kills. And cheese mode are going to maintain map control here. Like, they have moved Adelanti over to the Henge, and they're going to go with a 2-cap there. As long as they can kind of bunker this down on the Mine, they can at least maybe start to get back into the end. The trouble is, though, that is a node away from their spawn, so when they get their reinforcements, it's going to be difficult to move their players over there to hold it. They're actually really going to go, they're kind of going to commit to this, and this is a very risky play, I think, from cheese mode. This is not going to be easy to take this fight, but if they can, they will be highly rewarded if they're able to actually take that fight. Gorner in Lich form, trying to counter pressure for himself, does get shoved away from the point, and cheese mode, they need to get a kill here, and they need to get a kill very, very quickly. Both of the Revenants not in the fight right now, but it is basically a straight-up 4v4. Floody in a little bit of trouble. Kaz is looking to try and spike him. He might go down. He does go down. Is there a glyph available from Kran? Is he going to get that revive? Let's see if he gets it. He might get it. Oh, he does! Even though the tornado knocks him, it's still good enough to get that revival, and we now see that the Mine is going to fall into the hands of Ultranumb. They're going to maintain their momentum lead in this game.
Yeah, Floody going into the Elixir S to help him get away from the pulsing stab from Rampage, going to allow him to get back up and avoid any CC draws. And now going to be actually locked out pretty far away from his team of Port. Will get him a little bit more out of danger, but he's still getting very, very pressured out here. He's probably going to go down. Fly going on top of him as well, and that will be the downstate for Brian. Looking for a glyph. He does get it this time. They're not going to be able to get the cleave or the CC knock instead, but another kill going to be picked up on a Raisin, a very squishy Scrapper. Kran going for the misform stomp. It's going to be good. Flooding a little bit low, but it doesn't matter because it's now going to be an outnumbered 4 versus 3 for Ultranumb. Kazer's very low as well. Draza and for Brian, both going to be CC'd here. They can't really do much at all, and that should be the win now for Ultranumb, confirmed here on the Mine node. Fly coming back in as well. Draza going to be very isolated from the rest of his team. That should be a kill, but again, the pressure from Ultranumb let up just a little bit too soon. I would have liked to see him, but they will see the grenades get him out in the end. Floody's still here for Brian on top of the res. Misform available, but it's not going to matter. The cleave's going to be too good from Floody, and that will be 2 kills picked up with Capablanca holding mid down, and Ultranumb looking like they are secure in their win for Forest.
Yeah, I think that's a really pivotal kill. The fact that Floody was able to pick that up, I think, is massive for Ultranumb. Yep. They do get a little... Oh, they go for the beast. That's maybe a little greedy. They get punished.
Wait, is Kaz going to steal it?
Oh, the steal?
That'd be huge.
Oh, that would...
No, it's not going to happen.
Ultranumb lock down the beast. They do get that. And they do get decat there, but Gornet will be able to reestablish their control over that pretty quickly. And Capablanca able to hold this 1v2 for a little while. And yeah, this is looking very, very, very good for Ultranumb right now. With Kran and Capablanca on mid, that should get held down pretty damn effectively by that duo. Floody going to play fairly defensively by the look of that. He sees that the Thief is mid, so he does feel comfortable to leave that node and at least push into the fight. He kind of knows he almost has to, right, because his team is a little bit outnumbered right now if he doesn't move in, and he's going to make it. So he's going to maybe sack the Cap, go for the, you know, just say, yeah, Cows, you can have the Mine, but we're going to win this team fight here, and that is what's going to win us the game here by not dying on mid, by not feeling. Fly even going for the Beast. He should get that for free. He gets the Beast there as well, taking out the Chieftain, and will now be looking to get the decap, and that is going to be the end of the game. Like, mid might end up getting decap, but Fly should be able to control that node effectively. Floody looking to hold this out. Oh, maybe I might have called this a little bit early because that decap might come through there on mid, but Fly might be able to get this Henge. Not quite able to. Kaz's arrives. Actually, no. Kaz's stealths, and that does allow the Henge to actually go fully in the possession of Ultranumb. So it's just 14 points to go for Ultranumb to win this game. Not many left whatsoever, and they're going to win this game in just a few moments. That's going to be a 2-1, a bit of a recovery, a redemption arc for Ultranumb. They advance onwards to the next round. Cheese Mode is going to descend to the lower bracket.